jumping in and doing an impromptu tutorial. This is for Debbie, but I think it will be really useful for lots of everyone in the group, really. So Debbie's question was how to find teachers online and how to get connect with them and find them. So a couple of different things, or three different things I want to mention here. So what I love, I mean, I'm so excited that Debbie's had this clarity, and I left Debbie a private message and said in that too that you know, getting clarity, really nailing down who you're talking to and what you're offering is so critical. I think we've done it so many times, and I think we do it sometimes at quite a surface level, and we sort of tend to think, okay, tick, I've done that, I've got my message, got my offer, right, why isn't it, you know, why aren't things coming together the way I want them to? But actually there's so many layers to this. But when you really nail down to what you're meant to do, it's amazing, and it's a different level of knowing and certainty and confidence, and that makes you really magnetic. And we just want to keep refining this. I don't want this to sound like you've got to have this perfect before you do anything, because that's like the opposite end of the stick sort of trap to fall into, is like, oh, I don't have everything completely clear in my head, so I'm going to wait, and I'll wait till I've got it all sorted in my head. Actually, you get the clarity by taking the action and doing the work. So just wanted to sort of preface with that. So let's have a look at how you find a certain group of people on social media. So as I say, there's three things really. The first one is actually finding people to connect with. So I did a quick search on Facebook and LinkedIn for teachers, and on Facebook, just typing teachers in the search bar and looking for groups, immediately three big groups came up. One's got 96,000 teachers, one's got 30-something thousand, and the third one's got 27,000, I think. So obviously those are groups to join and see how you can support people there. What I would do if you're new to those groups, when you join them, obviously you don't want to jump in and start putting stuff in, but see if they have a share day. If they have a share day, then obviously you can share your freebies, your offers, your trainings, your freebies, your energy activations, your meditations, whatever you've got to offer as your freebie to get people to put their hand up. But also you want to be, if there's some really big groups, you want to find the ones that are actually full of the people you want to talk to, active people. Because I know I'm in some massive groups and they're just full of people who just do all these like ladders and stuff like that. There's not actually much engagement of any meaningful in any meaningful way. So it's not really, you're not going to get much visibility or business from that. So it's that balance of finding a group with enough people in, but not so big that you just get swallowed up and it's it's not sort of good quality. So yeah, I would start with those groups. So I got three, just instantly came up on Facebook searching with, that's hundreds of thousands of people in those groups, and just, spend some time and get a feel for, it's like, I remember when I first moved over to the States, and my husband at the time, was really into coffee, and we tried out different coffee shops, and they all had a different, not only was the coffee different, but they had a different vibe and a different feel, and some we could take the dog to and some we could take the kids to, and we just sort of spent time in these different coffee shops until we found there was one that clearly was our favourite, that we ended up just going there all the time with the dog and the kids, and the ex liked the coffee. It's a bit like that with groups. You've got to spend a little bit of time in the group just getting to know the culture and how things work, and you can, in groups now, you can see who the top contributors are, you can see who the admins are, so you can see who sort of the key players are. Because not only are you looking for potential clients in these groups, you're looking for opportunities to speak, to be a podcast guest, for collaboration as well. You don't know where these things can lead. So it's worth getting to know the group leaders if it's a good group for you. But also you want to be seen as a person of value, and this isn't a quick fix strategy. Using Facebook groups is really, really powerful. It's a brilliant way if you've got the time and you haven't got the funds for maybe advertising or what have you. Facebook groups are still an amazing place to connect with the right people for your business, but you've got to put the time in and know that it's a strategy that builds up over time. Basically, you're building connections and relationships and community. And ultimately what you want to do in those groups is to have very light conversations with people, not be there looking for business, because people pick up on that, but be there because you want to serve that. Those are your people, those are the people you want to be working with and connecting with, and it just so happens you've got this amazing thing to help them with. So that's the first thing I would do, and look for opportunities to provide value. When you see people saying, oh my gosh, it's only a week till school goes back, I'm feeling really frazzled, that's your opportunity to jump in and say, oh, have you thought about just going out for a walk in nature? Because what happens is when you have those light touch conversations in groups, rather than the instantly going in with that mindset of, are these customers, people will naturally check out your profile anyway and see what you're about. They'll say, oh, who's this person? She keeps showing up, she's providing value, and they'll go and check out your profile. So make sure your profile very clearly says what you do, and I'm the person that helps teachers with X, Y, and Z. Make sure that's really clear on your personal profile and your business page. Because when you're in a group, you're using a personal profile, and people will want to check you out and see who you are and what you're all about and what you've been posting. So that's the first thing, is physically going and finding people. And the same on LinkedIn, I did a search for teachers, and you can refine it down to people or groups, and loads came up. Head of teacher this, primary school that. So there's lots of teachers out there for you to connect with and talk to, depending on how much time you've got. If Facebook's your place, great, but if you've got time for LinkedIn. What I would do on LinkedIn is more of a strategy of cross-posting your Facebook posts onto LinkedIn, and then connect with 10 or 15 people a day to start building up momentum who are teachers or are in those teacher groups. Not with any agenda, but just, again, when you start connecting with people, you build momentum, you feed the algorithm in your favor, but also people will then check you out. So you don't have to be selling or doing any messaging, DM, sliding in and all of that stuff. Just, you're a very heart-centered person, so you know how to do this. The second thing I wanted to say is on Facebook, is when you look through your existing friends on Facebook, just see if there are teachers there, and you should be able to see, hopefully, by people's profiles and what they do for work, in the About Me section. That's obviously, again, it's not a quick fix strategy, but it's a really powerful way, because once you start to connect as friends with teachers, if that's going to be part of your strategy, again, not in a salesy way, but in a way of light touch, making those connections, people are going to be checking you out. And when you post, they're going to more likely to see your posts. So probably, I would definitely start with the groups, but making sure that the people that are sending, and also what happens is that you will start getting friend requests from them, because it just, the algorithm says, ooh, teachers, and they'll start recommending them to you, and you'll be recommended to them as well. The third strategy is around your content. So what I'd really like to see you doing is joining up the dots and also calling out teachers in your content. So actually say at the top, attention to, or that's a bit ad copy, but when you see those ads that say calling all teachers, or attention teachers. You don't have to be quite that in your face, but actually talk about teachers in that top line. So do it in a way that feels aligned for you. But there's nothing to stop you saying in your content that for teachers getting ready to go back to school, I've got the perfect antidote to the back to school, I don't know, what do you call it, pressure, stress. I mean, I imagine this week for teachers is they're either like having their last week of freedom and cocktails or I imagine probably quite busy getting ready for the new term. So write about that in your copy. Now's a really good time to talk to teachers and to get noticed, but particularly if you understand where they're coming from and how stressed they must be, and directly call them out in your copy and talk about the fact you understand where they are. It's a week before the schools go back. Some schools have already gone back, haven't they, in Scotland and some other countries in Europe. So really make your copy written for them and talking to them and calling them out. And then, of course, joining the dots of this, share your story and your lovely post with your trees and your meditation and your wilderness and all the lovely stuff that you do, but make sure your call to action is saying, this is why I've created this, because I know how stressful it is when it's the beginning of a new term. I get it, and here's what have you got for your lead magnet? I can't remember, but type this word for my free relaxation tips, or sorry, I can't remember what your lead magnet is. But again, you want some sort of call to action for them to either just like your post and acknowledge it. You can ask them for that, or to get something from you. So you start, you keep working the algorithm in your favor. So I hope that helps. 3 tips for you to get in front of your teachers on social media. And actually it works on any platform. It's the same strategy. It's just obviously works a little bit different on the different platforms. And there's different nuances as well, aren't there, whether you're using a page or a group. But I hope that helps, Debbie. Let me know how you get on. And what might be useful is I'm creating, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create workbooks for all the different steps of the Soulfire client alignment process, which was the line marketing process. But I'm thinking, rather than me, I'm just not going to be able to create hundreds of workbooks all at the same time. There's quite a few steps, as you can see in that roadmap. So what I'm going to do, when we do the 6-week live round, I'll have all the workbooks ready for then. But what I suggest you do is to jot down your strategy. Be really clear, okay, this is how I'm going to get in front of people. I'm going to join these XYZ groups. I'm going to post value. Every day I'm going to go in and spend 10 minutes posting value. This is what I'm going to offer. I've got this thing for them to put their hand up for. Maybe it's a meditation, maybe it's a video, maybe it's a 1-page sheet, whatever it is you've got. From there, where do you take them from there? And just jot down your strategy. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I could feel that coming and I thought, shall I quickly end before it comes up? And jot that down for yourself, and that's your system. You've then got your client attraction system. Good luck, keep me posted, and I hope this is helpful for everybody in the group as well. Let me know if it is. All right, guys, take care. Bye.